Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things property investing in the UK from the coalface. So today's workshop is all about deal stacking. So I'm going to go through a step-by-step process with you on finding the deal, working out how the deal stacks, working out whether there's Article 4 in the area, and then going through a spreadsheet to work out how much money we've got left in the deal and what potential future valuations that we can get from the property. Please don't forget to click on that like button because it helps the algorithms and gets this free content out to as many people as possible. Okay, let's get straight into this. So the first thing we're going to do is open up RightMove. Now this is a 15-minute desktop analysis of deals that you can look for whilst we're on lockdown. So we're going to go into rightmove.co.uk. And then the first thing we're going to do is enter your search location. So for me, it's going to be Worcester. Now we've got Worcester. I've got 126 results here. And what I've done is I've added a keyword. So I've just typed in HMO and I've put properties for sale in Worcester between 250,000 and 350,000. And I want a minimum of 3 bedrooms. And I've typed in HMO. So I know that the search results that come back should only really bring me HMO properties. So you can see we've got one here at 289,000. Now I don't know why that's come back as a HMO. It doesn't look like a HMO. So I'm going to scroll down and see what we've got here. Now this is interesting. Now this says HMO straight away. Now the reason I've asked for HMO properties is because that Worcester's got Article 4. So we can't just go and convert a property from a house into a HMO because we need planning permission. So this already has planning permission, or it should do. It's already a HMO. So this looks okay, 265,000. It's got 4 bedrooms. The first thing then I'm going to look at is the EPC. Because EPC, you can't let a house from, I think it's June this year, if the EPC is F or less. F is fail. So we need to have a look at the EPC on this. So let's have a look. So it's freehold. It's currently fully let. And we've got the EPC here. Here we go. So let's click on the EPC. Let's see what we've got. So the EPC is E. It's not brilliant, but it's enough. It's sufficient enough for us to be able to trade the property. So we know now that we've got a HMO. We know the EPC is okay. We know that it should have planning permission because it's already a HMO in an Article 4 area. So what next? Well, we need to make sure that the room sizes are compliant with the amenities standards. What does that mean? So the next thing you should do is go onto your local website for your local council. Let's do an example here. And I'm going to type in Worcester HMO and I'm going to click on the City Council website and I'm going to look now for the Amenity Standards document, and that's the document that will tell you how big your room sizes need to be. So the national requirement is 6.51 metres squared for England and 10.22 for a double. So 6.51 for a single room and 10.22 for a double room. But that means that's the national requirements. All of your local areas can actually add to that. And that's why we need to get hold of your local standards document for HMOs. So I'm on the website here. I'm going to scroll down and I can see here, look, Worcester City Standards Conditions of HMO licenses. So I'm going to click on that. And this should be your Bible. So this will tell you all of your minimum room size requirements for your area. Now the document could be called something different where you are. And you can see here now that for one sleeping person, 6.51 square meters is the minimum. And for 2 people, they've actually added, because 2 people is 10.22. That's the national requirements. And Worcester have actually added, and they've made theirs 11, so it's more. Now this document will tell you everything you need to do about your HMO to make sure it's compliant. It will tell you about your cooking facilities, how many ovens you need, how many sinks. So for example here you can see between 3 and 5 people you need 1 conventional cooker which consists of 4 hot plates, 1 oven and 1 grill, one single bowl, sink and integral drainer, one under-counter refrigerator, and a separate freezer or the equivalent combined, etc. So you need to get hold of this document. Now we've got the document, we know what the minimum room sizes are because we're only going to do single occupants. So we've got 6.51 square meters. So now we're going to go back to the property and we're going to see if we can make this deal stack. So let's have a look at the room sizes then. Are they going to be compliant? Well, we can see here that we've got room 1, ensuite, room 2, ensuite, room 3, ensuite, and room 4, ensuite. So this property is fully ensuited, if that's even is that even a word? But you can't take the measurements of the ensuite for the room. You have to take away the ensuite to get you the room size requirements because it's not included, unfortunately. It has to be usable space as a bedroom, and you can't sleep in the ensuite, obviously. So we know we need a minimum of 6.51 square meters. So room 1 here is 3.56 by 3.28. So that's 11.67. That is perfect. It's a really good size room. Room 2 is 3.05 by 4.8. That's 14 square meters. That's more than enough. And then we've got the ensuite, and then we've got room 3, yeah, 3.25 by 3.58, 3.25 by 3.58. That's 11.6, more than enough. And then we've got room 4, 3.23 by 3.38. Okay, so we've got 10.9. So those room sizes are absolutely perfect. They're big enough, they're perfect for us. So what's the next element? So we know the property there is a HMO, so we've got planning, or we should have. We know that currently it's got 4 bedrooms. All of them are within the national minimum required room sizes and the local requirements as well. So the next thing we really need to do now is work out whether or not we can stack this deal. Is it worth £265,000? That's the first thing. We don't know. So if we can, we need the address of the property. So we've got Harrington Road here. So what we need to do now is go onto a site that we use, a site called Mouse Price. So we call mouseprice.com. It's a free website. And we're going to type in Harrington Road, St John's, Worcester. Let's see what comes back. So this will tell us there's nothing. So nothing's come back for Harrington Road, which is a little bit disappointing, to be fair. So what we can do is go on to St John's instead. Just do St John's. It's not a huge place. St John's, Worcester. And what we're looking for now is we're looking for sold prices. Oops, gone again. And valuations. We're looking for 4 bedrooms. So this property is 4 bedrooms at the moment. So let's skip forward, see if we can find 4 bedrooms. Right, so we've got a 3-bedroom property here, which is in St John's. And that sold in 2006, so quite a long time ago, for 180. It's now worth 270. We've got 4-bedroom here. Here we go. So we've got a 4-bed, and that's valued at 284,000. So that's pretty much spot on. So I think that that's quite a good price. I see here that, you know, the valuation of similar properties in the area, 284. We've got 3 bedrooms here for 279. We've got another 3-bed for 271. So I think £275,000 is actually not a bad price. So that's the next element. So we've looked at the local comparables. We've looked at what other properties are going to achieve in the area. What do we need to do next? So the next element is we need to stack the deal. How do we know if it's going to work or not? How do we know if we've got money left in, etc.? So you need a really good deal stacking calculator. And we've got this return on investment spreadsheet that we use. So this has already been populated for something else. So we're going to put in here on the top left-hand side the purchase price. So that's 275,000. Legals are going to be about £1,000. Stamp duty, it calculates it for us at £12,000. And we think maybe we might have to put a refurbishment cost in of £10,000 to allow for furniture, paint, etc. HMO license fee, because licenses are not transferable, that's 1,500. Valuation fee, we've put £400 in. So we know that we need £299,900 to buy this house. Now, we're going to buy this on a mortgage. That's likely to be 25% deposit, so a 75% loan to value. So that means we need to put in £93,650. Now, if we change that, and if we're able to get an 85% loan to value, that means we only need a 15% deposit. So that means we only need to put £66,000 into the deal. So that's quite a lot less. So how do we know how much money we've got left in? Well, on this property, I don't think we can add any value. I don't think we can make it any better. I don't think we can add any floor space. So I really do think that 275,000 is probably the ceiling price for the area. So I think it's quite well priced. But if we could potentially get the property a little bit cheaper, so if we could negotiate this deal down to, let's say, £245,000, we don't know what the motivation is of the owner, and I'll look to see how different this looks. And with 15% loan to value, we only need £61,000 in the deal at 85% loan to value, sorry, with a 15% deposit. If we then look at refinancing the deal in 6 months or so, and we refinance at 275, which is the true value of the property, at 85% loan to value, it means it's only actually cost us £36,000, and that's what's left in the deal here. So that doesn't look too bad if you're quite happy leaving £36,000 in a deal. Now, if it's 245, and if we do manage to get more than 275, then of course this figure here will come down, and it means you've left with less in the deal. So let's look at the return on investment. Now, it's a 4-bedroom property. If we can get £450 a month each room, then that's a gross income of 1,800. That means it's 21,600 a year. Now, if we calculate the mortgage at 6%, now I know that's a lot. We don't always calculate at 6%, but we do like to have some skin in the game. We know we're not going to just have a 6% mortgage on a HMO product. We would have a lot less at the moment, but we do need to make sure we future-proof. So we always stack at 6%. And our bills, well, our bills, we always calculate £14 per person per week, and that comes to 224. And if we have voids in the property, we would normally calculate the voids at about 10%. So we'll say that's 180. That gives us a monthly net cash flow of £265 and a return on investment of 5%. Now, does that work for you? I can tell straight away that's not going to work for me. 5% return is nowhere near what we would look for, and we always have a rule of thumb of about £500 a month net cash flow. So that's not going to work for me. What would work, potentially, if we could repurpose this property, and if we were able to get another room, another bedroom, I'm not sure if we could or not. Let's go back to the plans. If we could get another bedroom out of the property, if we can find the plans. So if we could get another bedroom, I don't know if we can or not. Let's open up the property and let's see if we can have a look at the plans, the floor plans, and work out whether or not we are able to squeeze in another bedroom. So here's the floor plans here. Now the thing is, this property is all en suite. There isn't a communal bathroom at the moment. So what we would have to do is probably open up this ensuite here, maybe turn that into 2 shower rooms if it's big enough. I'm not sure if it's big enough. And then room 2 could share. We might be able to put a stud wall down here, whereby we can have a door into what is the communal kitchen and communal dining area. And then the lounge diner here might lend itself to another bedroom, but we're going to have to view the property for that. And if we can open up this ensuite room here into a communal shower room that would facilitate room 2 and the lounge diner, we may get another bedroom. I don't know, we'd have to go out and view it for that. And I know that this is a desktop analysis, but if we could turn that into a 5-bedroom property, let's look at the numbers. Let's look how much more of a return on investment we can get. So 5 now at 450. Wow. Now that is a much better return. Now automatically straight away, by adding 1 bedroom, we're looking at a cash flow of £636 a month and a return on investment of 12%. That's much better. Now, if we're not void, and if we've got maybe students in next year when all the COVID stuff stops, let's take that number down to 0. Now look at that. Now that works even better. So now we've got a net cash flow of £816 a month, and we've got a return on investment of 16%. We've bought for 245 at a discount. We've refinanced at 275 at 85% loan to value. If you choose to go to 85%, that is quite highly leveraged, then you've got £36,000 left in the deal. So that £36,000 that you've got in the deal has just brought you an income of £800 a month with a 16% return on investment. And that's how we do our desktop analysis, folks. I know that was a whistle-stop tour. I know that your procedures might be different than ours, but we know now that we could potentially make this deal work if we could get another bedroom, which means we are going to have to go out and view it at some point, but we've got a very strong start. We know already what the numbers look like, and that's taken about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to go through. And that's how we conduct our desktop valuations. I hope that was useful. If you do like my videos, go back and look at some of the ones that I've done over the last few weeks. I've been to house parties and HMOs to break them up. I've been to burglaries, I've been out there on the ground, and what I do on my channel, folks, is just keep it real from the coalface. It's all free of charge. If you do like what we do here, please subscribe and please hit that bell icon so you're notified for all of my future videos. And until next time, take care.